Hi everyone, Lensmanoz here, and welcome to episode 34 of Beyond. How's everyone doing today? I got this set up. I've done this this setup of the resource miner, and it is running, and we are getting items into our setup. It's connected up to the power down from the basement, so it's running off the reactor. Gotta stop doing that. But we are getting mica. I do have sorry about that. I do have 11 mica so far, which is cool. I went to make the tier 3 solar panel, and I don't have enough diamonds. I'm actually really low on diamonds. So I've set up a mining age. I know you guys didn't want to see it on camera. But I've set up the mining age like this one here. This mining age won't have the dimensional shards. So one other thing I want to do is I want to get those wireless. I want to get another set of these. I'm going to need more of them. So there's the transmitter, and then we'll need a receiver. Oh, gonna need some more of these. That. I need another stone bowl. One of them, thanks. Oops, wrong one. Yep, receiver dish. Excellent. So wireless receiver, wireless transmitter. So let's head downstairs. And we'll do the same we did here, except we'll make this, I don't know, 11. And I'll get another lever. Oh look, I've got one. Yay! Right. So let's head on over. I've got a clearing quarry, I've got a builder block, I've got a power cell, I need a card that is linked to, and I had started doing this and then realised that I wanted to have two. So I need a card linked to ID 5, because what I'm going to do is run the quarry in this other age solely off the solar panel. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. So to run it solely off the solar panel, one, the solar panel needs to be in the overworld, because the world I've come up with is actually an eternal night age. I haven't done too much looking into it in terms of, you can see I only made two dimensions. Got my charge porter on me. But if we head into this dimension, it's literally eternally midnight. So, lots of mobs. Not a bad setup in terms of world though. We've got a bit of swampland and river, but it's pretty much a flat world, which is cool. We've got a few of these buildings, so I'm hoping we can get, we've got some snow over here. I'm hoping we can get the dimensional shards that we need. So I was thinking, just in terms of keeping things working the way we've got them, let's put our builder down on top of this tree. We'll give it a power cell set to out with an ID of 5, which will give it some power. Excellent. So it's only these can only put out 5,000 RF a tick. I do want to get the next power cell up. Power cell, the advanced, but it requires infused diamonds. This one will put out, I think it's like 10,000 or something a tick. But we need dimensional shards, and dimensional shards, according to this, are only available in the nether in the end, but I'm pretty sure they're available in these dimensions, because, that's how it is. So let's do this. No, really? Do I need a block? need something. Can I have this, please? Single. Let's put this here and put that on top and give it a signal of 11. So this will run on 11. I've also made a, I think it's light blue. Yeah, triple light blue ender chest. I don't want this going back straight to the system. What I want to build back at base is actually an ore processing area. So I want to build another room or whatever that just processes our ores. So anything coming back from here, I want it to go through, I don't know, a bunch of sag mills or something. Let's put that up there instead. But I need to set up the shape card, so I need to go like right click. No, that's not what I want. Come here. Shift right click on here. And the first corner. First corner can be like here. And the second corner will be all the way over here somewhere. So I'm going to cruise out over this direction. I'm going to dig down to the base of the world. Plop in the card into our little quarry. And I do want to make a nice large area. Just because once I start this, I'm just pretty much going to let it run. Because it's running on solar power, I don't really care. You know, it's not gonna affect the base at all. Wow, that's a lot of snow. Another one of these buildings. There's a few of the buildings, which is good because it means we're getting the right spawn. Let's commit a Minecraft sin. There's too many mobs around here to do it. Baby zombie. And let's dig straight in. Something's gonna land on my head. Go away. I know it's really dark, sorry guys. Let's dig straight down. Where are we? 40. Bit of lag there. We're getting some good ores. So I'm not real sure where the dimensional shards spawn in here. I'm pretty sure they do spawn in these ages because that's oh, here we go, bedrock. That's the idea. Where's my card? You need to do that. Excellent. And now I didn't make sure that I put a thingo back to the start. So let's just jump back there cheaty way. So we'll go back to the overworld. I'll charge my charge porter up. A little bit of elevator music. Someone do your own elevator music in your head while this loads. Oh, sorry, that was out loud. Right, so we're back in the overworld. I'm just going to step over this direction for this to charge from our wireless charger. There we go. Cool. Now let's jump back into our mining dimension. I suppose I probably should have hit the lever, shouldn't I? Yoink. It's not very nice. Ouch. Put that in there. It's not very nice at all, pal. You really want to go? To get your friend. That's the way. Oh, really? Can't hide from me. Alright, let's grab some of this junk. Now, there is actually stuff in this chest because I was looting one of the little rooms. Let's see if I can kill a witch in one hit. Oh, helps if I hit him. Hey, take that. Alright, back to the overworld again. And what we should find is that if I go and hit this switch on the wall for number 11, doink, in our little blue chest here, we'll be getting stuff. But next step in our process, one is to get rid of all the junk I've got here. Yeah, let's get rid of it all. Let's put that aside for the moment. All right, what I want is, I want to come up with a decent way of processing our ores automatically. Now, I've done sag mills in the past, and I've done, like, you know, a whole bunch of sag mills in a big stack, but this, you know, I want to try and use the thermal expansion setup. So what I want to do is a bunch of pulverizers, probably the same sort of deal, probably like 9 pulverizers, and then 9 of our redstone furnaces, just because they seem to be fairly quick, and we can upgrade them. We hear a husk. Hope you're not in my base, pal. Not like I shut the doors or anything. I thought I heard a husk. Oh, there's one here. There he is. Dude, get out of the corner. Right, so I figure I was originally going to set it up in this hut here, but because I accidentally mined it, maybe it's something, I don't know. There's no more room down here. I don't really want to do it down here unless I like build it into a wall, but that's being a bit silly because obviously we've got stuff happening here already. This is processing its little heart out. But as I said, I want this to all go to a particular thing and kind of avoid, I don't know whether I make another refined storage system, but I don't want them to be linked until the end. I want to output to maybe the white chest here, or into a, maybe even into this interface. I want to output the finished ingots, so that there's no processing being done. Squeaky chair incoming. There's no processing being done by this system. Look, I mean, we've got 18,000 iron ingots, but ore. Let's have a look. So we've got a bit of ore that it's processing through. Not heaps. We're doing all right. Okay, so let me maybe put a cut in, and I'll make up a bunch of pulverizers, and then I'll work out the best way that I want to squeeze these things in. All right, so give me a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to build this here anyway. But one of the things I need, and I've forgotten, is I'm going to use almost completely thermal expansion, except for maybe the power supply from the power cell. So what I was looking at using was just to start with signal and plated item ducts. Probably these ones here. So to do that, I'm going to need some item ducts. So I made some hardened glass. I want to grab probably we'll just start with this much. I'm going to need some signalum though. And the joy of this is that it transfers power and items. So electrum's fine. Signalum I don't think I've taught yet. So let's teach you this. And I need a pattern. Excellent, one of them. You're doing something. What are you doing? Nothing? What's in your little... You're getting pretty full, but that's cool. So let's ask for... stack of them. Oh, what am I missing? Copper. Oh, I didn't set it to be... goodness me. Didn't do all dictionary. Alright, well, you can be blanked out. You can do or dictionary. We'll try that again. Okay. One stack, please. Go. It's not going to be instant, but it should be starting to cook it up. I'm limited by how much redstone can fit into the unit here. It's making 4 at a time, which is cool. So let's look at this. I did ask it to make electrum. I know I asked it to make electrum. Why are you not making electrum? Okay, that's weird. I swear I asked it to make electrum. So let's just grab a few of them. I've got some reinforced servos. Maybe that's where my electrum went. I've got some reinforced servos. So we'll give this a bit of a run. Let's sleep. And points for those who realised that I forgot to do the void part in the quarry, the builder quarry thing, and also that I forgot to do chunk load it. I forgot to chunk load the area. I kind of want to get all this stuff out of here. So the idea is I want it to come in one and out the other. So just for the moment to get rid of what's in here, let's connect these together. And I'll put this here and just say always active. Go. Yeah, not quite as fast as I was hoping, but it's all right. It should do stacks at a time too, though. So it's a little bit slow, but it'll be doing stack at a time. This is all going into the system. Excellent. Do I have my rent? I do have my crescent hammer. So let's grab you out. I'm going to just pick these back up. Now, my idea is to bring it out of this chest and place it into caches, which I can upgrade, or caches, sorry. It's bad habits. And then as like a backlog. So obviously, you know, you'll have a cache full of iron ore, for example, and then one full of gold ore, and then it'll go into its own pulverizer, which will output into its own furnace, just to try and get a little bit of backlog, you know, a little bit of the ability to run without having too much dramas. But then I guess in that respect, then it's kind of going to be a little bit weird. I'm not trying to make this compact. I'm just trying to make it functional more than anything. So if I do, as an example, furnace, pulverizer, cache. So just I'm not sure if I can draw out. It'd be interesting. Order input enabled. Can it pull? This is the next question. Can it pull from? Can it pull from this without having to? Without needing anything else. So let's just grab an ore. Yeah, that's fine. Iron. And if I put you in there, not sure if I can lock it. Oh, it's definitely working. Look at that. Is there a way of locking a cache? I don't know. That's cool, because that basically means that we can maybe we can filter into it. Let's try that. Let's put this on here, and then we have filters, don't we? Filter? Yes, we do. I don't need anything. So we got blacklist. I kind of want whitelist. There's blacklist, blacklist. Let's go and make a normal filter. Really, I have no glass. Glass, please. Okay. Let's have a bit of a look here. Can I say whitelist iron? Right. So what should happen here is anything that comes into this chest, if I throw iron in here and we put let's see, I'm going to remove that one, and I'm going to put servo on here and here, and I'm pretty sure if it's got a servo on it, it won't allow things to go in there. So let's change you to be in and out on the back. And obviously the main reason for doing this setup is to enable us to transfer the power too. So if I get my power cell, plop him down here and say out, link him some power. These guys should be getting power. Yes, they are. Awesome. We got power coming in here first. It's probably not ideal. Ah, therein lies the problem. It shouldn't allow things to come into here because obviously there's no input. But if I turn this on, we should see our iron coming out, and it should go up. It should go into the cache, and this should be pulverizing, and this should be furnacing. And because that's got that on there, even if I go ignored, it can't come out anywhere because it should be backstuffed. And then I guess if I run this all the way around here like this, like so, should the iron come out? Yes, it does. Awesome. So this is what I want to try and get into. Like, this should be able to pull a whole stack though. Or is that just how? Oh yeah, that's how it's processing. Cool. So this is the idea. I want to just set up a little system here, and I may change these into impulse item ducts. So just putting glowstone in them, which will make them transfer faster. But then if we set up a whole system here where we've got, let's just say furnaces, 1, 2, 3, and then, I don't know, like that. It's not quite what I want, is it? It's a little bit funky. Let's not have the one in the corner. Wait, get out of there. We put like that. And then we can put pulverizers on them. Like so. Got a couple left. Right, and then the cache is on top. Oops. Like this, and I mean I can expand it if I need to, and then all we need to do is put filters on each of these up here, and we should be good. So I need to make a bunch more filters, and then whatever's coming into this system, if it has nowhere to go, it's going to go down to here. And that's the idea, is I want to process the ores mainly, and then everything else can just head over into the white chest here, the white ender chest, and into the system. But okay, I'm going to go through and add some pipes here. So give me a second. I don't want to burn all the episode with me placing everything here. So I'll cut again. And it's putting iron into the cache. No, don't go in there. That's all right. Once we get the filter, it's not going to be an issue. So once we put filters on everything, it should instantly go over here. So I need to go through and I need to change all the configs as well. I need to set auto and don't pulverize my iron. No, I'm going to turn auto off. Out the bottom, etc. Is there a way of copying what it has? Schematics. Use on a device to copy. Ooh, I like it. I want some of them, thanks. Can I have a red print, please? Oh, really? I've got no paper. Red print. Okay, let's try this out. So if I go and then I hope this is working. No idea if it's working. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. All of them should have outputs on the back now. Yes, input on top, output. Oh, excellent. All right, that's very, very handy little tool. It's still going. Pulverizing away. See, we've also got this pulverized nickel, and that's something else which will happen. We will get byproducts from our stuff, but hopefully. And that being said, I don't know whether to push the byproducts out through the back. But then I would need a particular. Then I would need a furnace that has its own, all by itself sort of thing, just to process all the extra bits. But I think I'll leave it as is. So yep, give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to kill this husk. And I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I went through and added a few filters and put a few of these ores in here. So they're all extracting out on their way. You see the iron coming out. I took the servos off this because it doesn't need them. So because you've got auto output, it will automatically push them out. Now this stuff should be going up to its respective caches. Oh, something went straight past. Where are you going, Bo? Where'd you go, pal? What the? Nickel should have gone up there. Anyway, guess nickel didn't feel like it today. And I guess we burnt through all the other stuff. Anyway, so yeah, this is sort of a work in progress. Hey, buddy, go away. You got a friend over here too, do you? Bringing your friends. Where's your friend? Got a little confused. Right, let's just go and just test the quarry, make sure it's actually working on. This could be a mistake, because obviously this isn't processing everything, and it's probably just going to be dumping all sorts of junk in here. All right, we got marble, we've got silver, uranium, certus, peridot. So things should be, I guess, shuffling around as needed. I'm hoping, and I actually wonder if this section here didn't go up, because this is further. It's further away than that. And it will go to its nearest. So I guess what my option here would be, and I don't know how to do the dense ones. Do we have dense? You used to have the ability to restrict a particular thing to being the last potential thing it goes to. And I'm not sure whether that's still a thing. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna make a mess. Pick chest up. It's gonna all bounce and fall on the ground and have a heart attack, and oh, there we go, it's all dumping all over the ground. Let's move this all the way to here. Oh, I don't have enough ducks for that. So maybe I just need to move it to there until I can get some more ducks. Duct with a T, not duck, quack quack. Let's dump some of this. Ooh, diamonds. Ooh, redstone. So copper's one I haven't got a setup for. So luckily enough, I've got a few more of the, the furnace and that arrangement. So I guess it will eventually, maybe, move a long way. We've got a lot more stuff coming through now. Look, there's some of the stuff we need. Well, those shards, fantastic. So that's what I want it for, so I can get better output on our power cells. So cool. So this is working as intended. I probably am going to need to put the biggest servo I can on here to make it faster. And I'm guessing eventually I'm going to need to, one, turn these things on. And two, I'm going to need to put upgrades in our caches. Okay, so that's now pulverizing away. Things are looking good in that respect. So getting some emeralds and some diamonds. Awesome. So the quarry's working. Let's just check on power draw. Oh, it's definitely definitely drawing more than the tier 2 solar panel can provide. So that is something we're going to need to work on, is getting that tier 3. But wow, look at all this stuff coming through. Oh, we got lots of gems and progressing through. I look some more of those shards. So we got lots of ores that I've missed, obviously, and I will need to go through and make a bunch more. So I will make some more pipes. I will move the ender chest, maybe even all the way around to here, and we'll have like a whole big wall of pulverizer and furnaces. So, but on the other side of that, what I have already asked this thing to do is make me some upgrades. So I've got 20 of each, so we can go 1, 2, and this will speed these up. Right, and these can actually go in the cache too, so that can now hold a lot more than it did before. So I will continue making more of them, but let's put these in as well. And I think next episode we'll try and automate making the next level up. Let's just do this, just because. So I need at least a few more furnaces and a few more pulverizers and a few more caches. But this should be really cruising now. Going quite well. And this isn't pushing everything out, so see, it should have pushed it into there by now. For some reason it's deciding no, I'm not doing that. I'll pull this nickel out for the moment. See, if I push this in here, it still works. So yeah, I'm probably going to need to pull these secondary things out Otherwise we're going to backlog on this part. Which is a shame because I thought it would actually work. You're not doing anything. Can I not do this? No? Okay, so whoop. That means I need to take you out of there, bauxite. Maybe we can grab some copper. Let's get some copper. Because copper will be a thing. More than the bauxite will. So let's put copper in there instead. Let it do its thing. Take the bauxite out. Take that out. Okay, so we've got copper, so that's not an issue now. Let's dump that stuff away. But now my system needs to be a bit faster. Look at all this stuff coming through. Rah! That's tons and tons of stuff until I run out of power. Let's go, before we wrap up, let's just go quickly jump over and check out the how that quarry's going, the builder. Just want to see where it started for a start. And what sort of a mess it's making. Did it start? Oh yes, excellent. It started right here. Look at it go. Tearing a big hole in the place. It's funny because I asked it to start here, but it's started there. So I hope it doesn't go a bit awry and try and eat itself, which I have had happen in the past. As you can see, ow, there's a tree there, apparently. Apparently there's a tree. And vein miner not going to work. There we go. All right. So water flowing. That's going to cause a little bit of lag. Since tree here too. As it's going to cause a little bit of lag, but you can see there it's just chewing through this. We're getting lots and lots of good material to continue our conquest. Look, there's a nice little bit of dimensional shard ore. Let's see. I got 3 from that, but I needed to get the achievement too. But that's working quite well. It's working quite fast. I will come back over here, and because this is going to be the edge this side, maybe what I'll do is grab a bunch of dirt and block up this water. Otherwise it's just going to continue to be a drama. So I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you all for watching, and let's grab that grass. Come back next time and we will start working on, I don't know, we'll continue working on this little solar that we're working on. So we'll try and get the next tier. Hopefully I'll get enough diamonds in the meantime to enable us to make that next tier of solar panel, and then we can fully decimate this mining age. Let's, jeez, get rid of the water. This is the only downside that there is that I can see to doing the clearing quarry, because it can cause a little bit of drama in terms of lag. But once we clear this up, you know, we'll be alright. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comments in the section below. I hope you join me in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later.